Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I just want to talk about a miscarriage I had, and I'm not telling you this story to make you feel bad about me or anything like that. I'm just sharing this story because for me this miscarriage was different and I was kind of confused on to what was going on, and I just want other women to know that they're not alone. There's other women going through the same thing, because I know when everything had happened to me, I thought I was alone. I thought there was nobody else that was going through the same thing, obviously, because I don't know why. I really don't know why I thought that, but there's other women going through the same situation. Even if nobody you know or nobody close to you has gone through it, doesn't mean that you're the only one going through it. There's a lot of us going through the same thing. So that's why I decided to share this story. So let's just get right into it. So this started back in started from July. As many of you guys know, I lost my baby at 20 weeks in July. And if you would like to listen to that story or see that story, I'll put the link down below. But I was saying, a lot of you guys know that I lost my baby in July, and July 2017, and obviously I waited I want to say a month for my body to heal and everything until I started obviously having intercourse again. And obviously I hadn't had a period or anything, so I didn't know when I was ovulating or anything like that. But in September I still hadn't had a period, so I remember that month was hell for me. I was sick. I was so sick. I had this stomach infection. It was just so bad for me. But anyways, I remember we got 2 pregnancy tests because I hadn't had my period, and we got them, and I took the first one and it was negative. And this was before we went on a trip, so it was negative, and we're like, okay, I'm not pregnant, let's wait to see if I get my period. And we waited, but one night I had left the other pregnancy test there, and I grabbed it, and I was like, I want to take this pregnancy test. And he was like, okay. So I'm gonna take it, and the pregnancy test turned positive so fast, and I was in shock. I was like, oh my god, no, what? I almost cried. I don't know how to feel. I was scared because it was so soon. I don't know how to explain what I was feeling. It was just, I don't know. And I told him, he's like, you don't believe the test, right? I was like, no. I was like, we need more. So we went to get 3 or something like that more, and they were all positive. And I was confused. I was like, down deep inside of me though, I felt like this pregnancy was not gonna end good. I honestly did feel like this pregnancy was not gonna end good. So I remember that same night I got super sick. I could not stand my stomach pain. I was puking. I couldn't sleep. So I was like, yeah. I ended up going to the emergency room, and I told them, yeah, I took a pregnancy test, and because they asked me if I was pregnant, I was like, yeah, I took a pregnancy test, and it said I was pregnant, but you must know that I did lose a child in July. And they're like, okay, that was 2 months ago. I was like, yes, I'm aware. And I remember that day the doctor tried gave me an ultrasound, but I don't know if he saw anything. He really didn't tell me. He just told me to go see my OB doctor, and he's like, we're still gonna test your HCG levels. And I was like, okay. So they checked them, and yeah, I was pregnant. So they ended up letting me go and whatever. And then later that week, this was on a Wednesday, on a Friday, I had made an appointment with my specialist because I need a specialist to carry pregnancies, for my pregnancies. And I made an appointment with her, and I told her about like that they had tested me there and my hormone levels and all this, and she's like, okay, I want you to give us some blood so we can check again where your levels are. So as I don't know if you all know or not or whatever, but your levels are supposed to double every two days, like every 48, 72 hours. So like my levels went from like 725 to like 900. That's all that went up. And right when they told me that, I was like, yeah, I knew this pregnancy was not gonna be normal. But I continued to go in for about a week. So I went the next time. This was the first appointment. The second appointment, they went up again, like from 900 to like 920, I believe. So I went in again, and this time my levels went to like 950. Okay, like they were not doubling. And then so I went this last time. I went in, and my levels actually dropped a little. They went from 950 to 939. And this is when the doctor was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. There could be placenta from the last baby, because she delivered my baby. So she was like, there could be placenta from the last baby. I doubt it. And then she said it could be an ectopic pregnancy, but by now you will be bleeding or you will be in pain, and you're not. And then she's like, we need to do an ultrasound. This is when everything just got really strange for me. This was on a Friday. They scheduled an ultrasound for, I believe, that Monday. But me, I like to do research. So I went online and read about the things that could be going on with me. And I read and read and read. I remember reading so much this weekend. From Saturday to Sunday, I wouldn't stop thinking. I kept reading. And I read up this article about when, I don't even know how to say it, but I guess I'll put the name right here in the definition. And I read about that, and it's when there's basically nothing in there. And I remember thinking and praying. This is gonna sound so messed up, but I remember thinking and praying and telling God and asking God to please let there not be a baby fetus in there in me, because I knew that my heart could not take me seeing a little fetus come out at me, or me seeing a little fetus on the ultrasound that has no heartbeat. I remember asking God that of all the options or all the articles I had read, to let there be nothing, and nothing in my uterus. I know it sounds so messed up, but I knew I could not, my heart could not handle seeing a little fetus, or whatever you want to call it, just, you know, on that ultrasound with no heartbeat, and then having to wait for it to come out of me. Like, I could not do that. So I don't know, this is gonna sound so messed up to a lot of you, and I understand, but this is how I thought about it at that moment, because I knew my heart wasn't completely healed, my body wasn't completely healed. It was not gonna be a normal pregnancy, I felt like. So that Monday comes around, and I went to the ultrasound. We did the ultrasound, and there was nothing there. My heart actually felt relieved because I did not want to see a baby fetus with no heartbeat. Mind you, I had not bled, I had no cramping or anything at all. But there was nothing in there. My heart felt relieved, and like I remember telling God thank you, because he knew I couldn't take it, and I still had a miscarry though. It was weird, like there was tissue in me that I had a miscarry, and obviously that still hurt like really bad. But this miscarriage was so weird for me because nobody understood. Like I remember telling my mom, and she was like, what do you mean there was nothing in there? I was like, there was nothing in there. And honestly, like, I'm glad there was nothing in there. And that day was just like, I felt like all this weight came off me, because I just knew my body wasn't ready. I keep saying this, but I knew my body wasn't ready to have another child. And God listened to my prayers, because I knew something was wrong. He listened to my prayers, like he did. I was disappointed that there wasn't a baby, but I was also relieved that there wasn't a baby without a heartbeat. This is my miscarriage story, I guess. I don't know if you want to call it a miscarriage or what do you want to call it, but I know I'm not the only one this has happened to, and I know this is gonna happen to a lot of other women that are gonna be confused like I was. But just know that it's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your body. It's just things that happen. I didn't think this would ever happen to me. Any of this would ever happen to me, but it still happened. And I've learned that God does everything in the time that has to be done. He has the perfect plan, the perfect timing. And that pregnancy was something that wasn't gonna be right, so he decided to just not send me a baby. But I know that sounds so dumb, but he decided that would be the best option. And I know it's confusing to why there wasn't nothing in there. I am still kind of confused to this day, but you know what? One day I will have a beautiful baby, because I make beautiful babies. I make such beautiful, healthy babies, and one day I will have one. And I do not lose hope. I'm very hopeful that day will come and I will have a baby in my arms. And people are probably like, you're too young, you have your whole life ahead of you. But ever since I lost my one baby, there's been like an empty space in my heart that cannot be filled. And now, like, I know I was born to be a mother, and I was born to love, and one day I will have a baby in my arms. So just never lose hope. Like my mama says, there's a solution for everything except death. Keep looking for that baby. God will send it to you. Never give up. Give up hope. Everything will happen when it needs to happen. Stay hopeful, and thanks for watching, guys.